Welcome to the live stream. You are my only guest. I'm so happy to have you. How are you today? You are, in fact, on time. You're not late at all. I'm. I was a little late, and yet, it's crickets over here, but that's okay. I love you too. Um, so today's live stream is supposed to be like an introduction. Not an introduction, but like a free for all, ask me anything type of thing. Are there any burning questions you have that you might want to know about living in Korea or my dreadlocks or anything? Wow, there's like a huge lag between when I actually say something and when it comes across on the screen. So sorry if it's like seems like I'm taking a long time to answer you. It's because by the time I ask, there's like a really long time before you will see my answer. Oh, okay. Are they still doing the quarantine? Yes. If you come from abroad, you definitely have to quarantine for 2 weeks before you can be like released into the rest of Korea. And if you're vaccinated within Korea, then I guess the quarantine kind of doesn't apply to you. Like if you're vaccinated here, then you can go somewhere else and come back and not have to quarantine for the whole 2 weeks. You can just quarantine until you get a negative COVID result. But um, if you get your vaccine elsewhere and then you come here, then you definitely will still have to quarantine regardless. I guess they're only really trusting vaccines that have been released here. Um, and are they still doing the hi Andrea? Are they still doing the or no, will they enforce vaccines at my work? That is a really good question. I don't know, but I've heard that vaccines for all teachers are mandatory. So most likely, yes, but they can't enforce it yet because there's not a safe vaccine available in Korea for people under 30 yet. Right now, they're only doing a Ternica something. I don't know what it's called. It's the one I can't have apparently because I'm too young. But oh, Andrea just said 안녕. She just said hi. Ah, yes, AstraZeneca. That's the only one that I know of for sure is available in Korea right now, and it's not available for me. I'm gonna go posting my live stream on a on Instagram and on Facebook and see if I can catch any more prey, aka viewers. It's a beautiful day. So, wow, they have the vaccine for children. I I hmm, I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. I feel like I should be called that progress, but I as long as it's not mandatory, because I believe in vaccinations for children, but I don't know if I believe in vaccinations that are kind of not that standard yet being used on children. I don't know if I like that. We've got a fourth person watching. I don't know who though. Hello, welcome. Ask me anything. Okay, so it's for 12 and up. All right, so not like super young kids. Well, all right, that makes sense, because if you have to be in school with a bunch of other kids, and if they're gonna be like vaccinate teachers, then I guess it makes sense to vaccinate school children as well, I guess. They don't have that here yet. They don't have a lot here yet. I wonder if I should have like worn my hair down so that people could know that they can ask about, well, who's people? No one else is here yet except for y'all, so I guess you already know. Ooh, that's a good question. How do I feel about dating older or younger? Okay, I'm gonna start with older. Well, how much older? That's actually how much older and how much younger. Because, like, for me, if it's 1 or 2 years, it's like zero difference. It makes no difference at all. Um, and honestly, I think that if, when it comes to like a bigger gap than that, I've never actually dated anyone with a bigger gap than that. But I can, I can speak on like how I feel about it. Ooh, okay, mama. Hey. I think that's too much. I do think that that would be too much of an age gap, but it might be, a little ego boost to get hit on by someone that that young. I don't know. Personally, I guess when I imagine myself dating someone older and younger, the biggest age gap that seems okay to me is probably 5 years. That's because I'm 29. I'm still in my 20s. So I feel like anytime I imagine myself with someone 35, I feel like they sound too old for me. Even though technically maybe they're not, but I feel like 35 sounds like a bit much for me for dating. And the same thing with like more than 5 years younger. Like I feel like when I imagine dating a 23-year-old, I also feel like that is too much. um, so yeah, I think a 5-year age gap is fine, probably for me. Um, for older folks, I mean, I feel like you get a little bit more leeway, like maybe a 10-year age gap. Like I could see you with some young thing in his 40s. I don't know how old you are actually. Let me stop guessing. Oh, I should have just called you. I should have just called, and then I wouldn't then we would just have a conversation, face to face, cuz I feel so awkward. Like this is my first ever live stream, and I was thinking, oh, it'll be smart because people will comment and ask me stuff, and then I'll respond, and then I'll use that video later and just upload it on my channel. But now I'm like, who, what? Awkward. Oh, Andrea wants to know how the guitar is going. Well, Andrea, actually, I don't know if this is tuned or not, and I feel like tuning it would be a lot of time. So I'm just gonna play a scale. I'm only gonna play a scale. That's the only thing I'm confident to play. And maybe I'll play a few chords, but like nonsense chords. Anyway. There we go. We got a scale. We got a D chord. We got a A chord. C chord. And for funsies, good old E chord. Oh, how long have I been playing the guitar? A few months, maybe 5 months or so, I would say is a good yes, maybe about 5 months. It hasn't been a very long time, and that's why I'm only confident in playing a few chords and the scales. I can't like, there's no songs that I actually have memorized or even not memorized. I can't play any songs. I'm not very good, but I'm trying. Me and Andrea could play something. I don't think Andrea actually has her viola in Korea, so that might be a challenge, but I would be down to try. I'm taking lessons. Shoshana, thank you so much for asking. I am taking lessons twice a week. They're online lessons because I don't, my guitar teacher lives really far from me. But we have met once for an in-person lesson. But yeah, I'm mostly taking them through Zoom, and it's actually working out surprisingly well. Like there's not a lot of times when I need my guitar teacher to be physically there. So that's fun. Is this what gets the views? Should I keep playing? But unfortunately, I haven't really been able to memorize any songs for a little while. My guitar teacher was trying to help me learn how to play Montero by Lil Nas X, but the intro, just the intro, was super complicated. Like it's that do 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 do. Yeah, I couldn't play it, so I kind of gave up. It's not that I gave up for real, but it was like such a frustrating, super challenging thing. And he said too that like I chose a pretty complicated, like the intro is pretty advanced level. So I'll come back to it later. Um, no, I will not be making another music video soon. I would love to. I love the idea of doing so in theory, but unfortunately, um, first I would need a new song, and the recording process of that is just really long and difficult, and complicated and expensive, mostly expensive. But also because of COVID, it's kind of hard to get in the studio. Um, and then after making the new song, I need to make a music video myself. And I really liked making it, but it was also really like frustrating at times because it was just me and my computer and my editing software and my friend who came and helped me finish it off. But yeah, it probably won't be soon, unfortunately. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I can play that actually. Well, I don't have the notes memorized, but the last time that I had a lesson, I did play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. That I can do. Um, so I guess I can play a song, but I mean like a song that people are are wanting to listen to. Like, when's the last time you looked up Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? Like, I really want to hear that right now. Yeah, I do. I have one music video. You could find it in my Ajah Sings playlist. um, I made it myself. Ooh, let's see. Um, the title is the title. I totally know the title to my own song, and the title is. I haven't sung that song in over a year. I don't remember the title. I'm sorry. It's Learn to Love Myself. That's what it is. That's the title. Learn to Love Myself. um my other song doesn't have a video. It's just on SoundCloud, chilling. I actually stopped putting my SoundCloud in my description bar because I'm embarrassed that I haven't added anything new to it. I just have the two songs and one cover, and that's it. So I just stopped putting my SoundCloud in my description bar. I was like, if anyone was gonna listen to it, they probably already did. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's embarrassing that I forgot the title of my own song. But I remembered it eventually. That's what counts, right? What the heck, Rooney? I am trying to log into Instagram on my computer and it does not want me to. And that's not cool. Am I gonna sing it to you? Absolutely not. 163,872. Oh God. How do I exit out of that? Oh no. Oh no. Well, that's stuck on my screen now. Alright, that's fine. I don't need to see. I do. I did. When my music video and my song came out, I used to post it on my Instagram. I used to post it on my Facebook page and my personal Facebook, and I tried to get people to watch it. And it was also like the first video you see whenever you go to my what do you call it? It was the first video you'd see when you go to my YouTube channel for like a year. But then after that, thanks. But after that, I started making more stuff and more, none of it was music. So, um, yeah, I really do want to get my teacher to teach me my own songs, but we're kind of learning more. Hello, hi, welcome. We're kind of learning more known songs first, and we're totally he's gonna help me learn my own songs later, but also I have to know all of the chords, I guess, and I don't know every chord yet. Some of them are really, really hard to hold. Like, I know how to hold it in theory, but I can't, like, my fingers aren't strong enough yet. Hi, I'm not sure if your name is Cassia or Cassia, but welcome. Welcome. Ask me anything, please and thank you. I would love that. But yeah, I am hoping to become like a really good guitar player. Do some finger push-ups. I have every intention of being able to go busking before I leave Korea, which, you know, means that I really need to practice a lot more than I have been. But yeah, that's my goal. Before I leave this country, I want to be able to go out and street perform at least one time. Confidently, yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, I didn't realize my little guitar book is here. How much longer do I see myself living in Korea? I'm not tired of that question at all. Um, I can see myself living in Korea for at least the next year and a half, year and 9 months. I tell myself this contract and then one more teaching year contract, but I don't know for sure. Like, depending on the situation in the world, depending on like where I think the opportunities are, depending on, you know, if I find me a man and get married. There's a lot of factors that, you know, would affect how long I will be in Korea. But I see myself being here for at least this teaching contract and one more. And I have to give us a YouTube concert. Oh, I would do that. Yes. If I was confident enough to go out on the street and perform, then I would also be confident enough to do it here. I will probably do it on YouTube first, actually. I would probably do it on YouTube first because these are the people who actually want to see me versus like strangers who just happen to be passing by. So yeah, I'll probably do a YouTube concert first before I ever go out and actually go busking. That would be fun. That could be really fun. Or really nerve-wracking. Well, this is nerve-wracking, so if I can do this, I can do anything. Ooh, yes, that would be best if I could go with a friend. Like if there was some other musician friend out here who wants to perform with me, that would be ideal because that would make me feel more confident. I tried to say comfortable and confident at the same time. It would make me feel better about things. Okay, now let me go to my profile and put the live link there, and maybe people will join, but maybe not. Ooh, what else is on my bucket list? Well, I don't think there's that many things, honestly, because I feel like I just like to do what I feel like doing at the time. So I don't have a lot of things where I'm like, I need to do this before I die, or I need to do this before I leave Korea. But to name a few, I would like to live on a Caribbean island at some point, preferably the latter part of my life. Like, I would like to move to a Caribbean island and never have to leave again. I would like to go skydiving. And this one's like iffy because like I also am terrified by the thought, but it's something I don't know, I want to do it. um, get married. I would like to get married at some point. It was on the bucket list. I feel like that's a normal life goal, but for me it's on the bucket list because I don't know if it's gonna happen. um, ooh, where do I want to visit when the pen? Yeah. Well, I already said it, but where don't I want to visit? Honestly, I want to go to every country that is warm. I want to go to every warm country, literally. Like, if I can, I want to go. um, yeah, the sky is the limit, man. Like, I've never really cared too much for visiting Europe and Canada and anywhere cold, but anywhere warm, I'm there. Absolutely. Like, but first on the list is probably Bali, because I've been there before, um, and I want to go again. It was an amazing experience. I highly recommend Bali, Indonesia, to anyone who hasn't been yet and you're thinking about traveling. Especially, I don't know if you live in Korea, but if you do, um, right now we can't go there. Like, even it's not like allowed. Like, Indonesia's not having guests for just no reason. They're only having people on business. But I would totally. No, no. I was born in Georgia. I was not born in a cold place. But I think that, I mean, have you lived in a cold place though? Because you're sick of the heat, but like, I lived in warm places all my life and then I experienced true winter, and F that. Like, honestly, like, hecka no. I never ever want to do that. Even though I have to, because I live in Korea and every weekend, every winter it gets cold and it snows and all of that. I hate that. I really do. Um, Girl, snow is overrated. The first time you see it, it's great, but then you you walk in it for a while and you realize you don't have snow boots on and it gets your socks wet and you have to walk around with wet socks all day, and like, it has to snow a lot for it to even be fun, because if it only snows a little bit, as soon as somebody walks on it, the snow turns black and it just looks disgusting. Like, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of snow. Snow is very pretty if you are inside looking outside. But if you actually have to like go somewhere, I could live without it. I never want to see it again. Oh, a message was retracted. Why'd you retract your message? Did you say something naughty? Just kidding. Yeah, yeah, I could agree with that. You probably have to see it to get over it. Oh. Um, Waist length is my goal. I just want my hair to reach waist length maybe one time. And then once I've achieved that, I think, I don't know what I'll do. I mean, it depends. Like, if it's heavy, I'll cut it. If it feels like I want it longer than that, I'll let it grow longer. But I don't really see myself going past waist length. I feel like at a certain point, your hair, it just becomes a nuisance. Like, I don't want to go to the bathroom and have to worry about peeing on my hair. Not that your friend does. Like, maybe it's not as complicated as I think it is, but I'm not, I don't prefer the super long hair. I just want it waist length. Like, I just want to be able to say I did it. Like, look at my hair, it grew to waist length. And once it gets there, I feel like I'll probably either maintain that length, like get trims regularly, or I might cut it shorter. Depends on how I feel when I get there. Like right now, my hair doesn't feel super heavy. Well, but sometimes like when I put it up like this, when I put it up in the ponytail, it does feel kind of heavy. Like I can only wear a ponytail for a few hours and then I'm like, um, but yeah. The upkeep. See, yeah, I imagine the upkeep on it will be pretty intense. And that's kind of why, well, I mean, maybe less for locks because I only have to just wash it and retightening. I don't think retightening will be harder because my hair is longer. Well, maybe it would. Like maybe I can't reach like the end of my hair. I don't know. I see, I've never had hair that long, so I don't know what it'll be like. But yeah, my arms are also tired just thinking about it. Okay. Mm. Yeah, my mom's hair, when she had locks, her hair was also like they weren't micro locks like mine, and she let her hair get really long, and ooh, I now that I know what it's like to have locks, I'm like, wow, that was a lot. No wonder she cut them all off. Um, my current students are not that fascinated with my hair. Like this new contract I started in March, these students, they don't really care about me that much. Like they're not shook. And I think that's because the my current school is pretty diverse. Like I have at least one foreign kid in every class. Um, but several in a lot of classes, and a lot of them are black as well. None of them have locks, but yeah, like every one of my classes has at least one foreigner, maybe two or three. I think like three or four is like the average. And then usually at least one of them is black. So these kids have kind of been, I guess, desensitized um, to foreigners and to foreigners with brown skin and black people hair. Um, they don't usually have this much diversity in Korea. My school is like a special snowflake because it's very close to a military base. So I think that's why my school is so diverse. And it's actually kind of funny that I'm considering this diverse, you know? Um, yes, my black students do speak fluent Korean. Um, they kind of have to, because otherwise, how would they make friends? Poor things. And I get the feeling not all of them spoke fluent Korean when they started, but they do now. um, there are special military schools, but I mean, I kind of see why they did that. Like, if it was me, if I had kids here, even if I was like a military wife or whatever, if I had kids here, I would probably want to enroll them in a Korean school as well, because I feel like you want your kids to experience more of the world, not just mini America, which is what a military base is. It's mini America. Um, and learn another language. Like I would want my kids to know another language. I would want them to, yeah, I would probably do the same thing and have my kids enroll in a Korean school. So I like it. I like that hello, hi, welcome to the live stream. um, so yeah, that's how I ended up with having a really like fluent school, and but yet their English level is still really low. So like the one downside, hello, welcome. The one downside to it is that some of these kids, even though they're American or Ghanaian, is that how you say that? Even though they're international students, they come from elsewhere, but they can't read and write English. Um, so they can speak English and we can have a conversation, but their reading and writing is really like very low level. So some of them like even a lower level than their Korean counterparts. So I do still feel like I'm teaching them. Like I still get to um, like I'm not pointless in their lives because they need me. Because even though I'm just there to teach English, like y'all don't need me for conversational skills, but y'all need me because y'all's writing is atrocious. Poor things. Like I got the kids, still mixing up their P's and Q's and their B's and D's, and sometimes their B's and Q's. It's okay though. We'll get there. Mm. Um, the Korean schools get hardcore, I think, towards like high school. Then there's a lot more pressure on them to be smart and to have good grades. But in elementary school, like when I look at the way that they're being taught for elementary school, public school, I feel like it's quite easy. I feel like they're fine. It's not intense yet. Now, Hagwons, though, like a lot of them do like probably go to after school classes, the Hagwons, the private things, those are pretty intense. Or private schools, those are pretty intense. So in that case, yes, I would definitely say that um, it's a lot, and I feel bad for them to some degree. Um, Stress and all of that, but I don't think they need to worry about elementary school, public school. Like I think that that's a fine level for every kid involved. I think there's not a lot of pressure. There's not any real tests even, so they should be fine. Um, any more questions? Do you have anything else you'd like to know? Well, in the absence of more questions, I'm going to. Ooh, would I ever teach it? No, no, I would not. I would never teach at a Hagwon again. um, I like myself, and I like my current job. I like the level of non-stress. I like the I like everything about not teaching at a Hagwon. Um, I taught at a bad Hagwon and a decent Hagwon, and having those experiences and knowing like what it's like is good. Um, I'm glad that I did it, but no, I would not do it again. If I like lost my current job and my only option was leave Korea or work at a Hagwon, I'm out. Bye. Here I go. How is dating in the pandemic? Mm. Um, Garbage. I'm gonna go back to the dating question, but first I'm gonna answer this since I was just talking about teaching. Um, I didn't leave Epic because I didn't want to be in Epic anymore. I left Epic because I wanted to teach in Seoul, and I tried to get a transfer to Seoul and they didn't give me one. So I was like, well, I'm going to Seoul. So I took a Hagwon job in Seoul, and I regretted that immensely. And I still regret it because I feel like I know I just said like I'm glad I had the experience of teaching at a Hagwon, but honestly, it wasn't really worth it. Like if I could have, if I could go back in time, I would have just stayed at my public school or transferred to another public school that was closer. Basically anything but go to a Hagwon. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I think that one of the Hagwons I worked at blacklisted me. I think that because when I tried to go back to Epic, they rejected me. Um, and they don't tell you why, but I also tried to apply to another program, and basically the recruiter, when I was talking to him, he said that, everything checked out, all my paperwork, all my background, everything checked out. All he's going to do is he's going to contact my past employers. And he asked me, like, do I have any past employers who would say something negative about me? And I said, no, I don't think so. And he's like, okay, because that's the only thing that would hold you back, is if a past employer said something negative about me, because they have to take their word over mine. And then he informed me that I was not accepted. And it felt to me like he was saying, that means a past employer said something bad about you. And he was not, like, he already said ahead of time, like, if they did, he legally can't tell me who it was or what they said. So I just have to assume that they said something bad about me when they called, and that sucks because, yeah, I feel like it limited my options several times. There were several times that I applied for jobs that I was very applicable for. You know what I'm trying to say. There were a lot of times that I applied to jobs that I should have been able to get and didn't get them. Yeah, Epic takes a very long time to respond. So anyone who's waiting for their response, just keep waiting. I'm sorry. Keep your head up. They will respond. So whether it's a rejection or an acceptance, they will respond. Like, you just have to wait. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know why they take so long, but they do. They take a very, very long time to respond. But they will. Hey, Jumi, I love you too. And let's see what else. Okay, so going back, Ami asked, how is dating in the pandemic? And it's garbage. It is trash. It is suregi. It is not great. And I say that because, at this point, basically the only option is, hold on, I need water. Y'all give me just one moment to grab my water. Whew. Okay, because basically the only option is online dating. Like, you have to date online. That's the only way that you can kind of meet anyone, right? Because it's a pandemic. And I hate online dating. I hate talking to anyone online because people think they can talk to me just any kind of way. And it's actually ridiculous. Like, it's actually crazy. Yeah, I don't think it's just because I'm in Korea. I think that it sucks everywhere, like how Jimmy said. But I think especially in Korea, because there is a certain level of fetishization. That word is always hard to say. Fetish. People view Black women as a fetish. Not all Koreans, but some. A lot of Korean men view Black people as a fetish. And yes, people are so bold online, and they say some crazy stuff to me that is very disrespectful. And they also have, like, expectations. Like, a lot of Korean people think that foreigners, Westerners, are more open sexually, and therefore they respond as such. It's not my experience that that's true at all. In my experience, foreigners and Korean women are equally open, or not. I mean, yeah, we're all the same. But they have that idea from watching movies and TV, media, whatever. they have that idea that we're all pretty easy and we just like to open our legs for anybody, and that's just not the case. So like there have been several times where, for example, um, I'll set up a date. Me and this guy were vibing. Oh great, we're gonna have a date. Yay, I'm so excited, getting cute. And then like right before we're gonna meet, he's like, oh, and what will we do after dinner? And I'm like, I don't know, get drinks. And they're like, okay, yeah. How about after that? And I'm like, go home. What do you mean? And then the date gets canceled because they want to know before they even meet me, they want to know that I'm going to sleep with them. And I think that's redonkadonk. That's crazy. I'm like, I don't even know if you're catfish yet. Like, let's just imagine that I'm that easy. Like, I don't know if you're handsome in real life or just on, online. I don't know if you are polite. I don't know if you have manners. I don't know if you want to see me more than once or just today. Like, I don't know any of that about you, and you want me to commit to possibly catching a venereal disease. Like, come on now. No, it's a no. Yeah, yes, that is funny. That's haha funny, but also ridiculous, and sometimes it hurts my feelings. But yeah, I do end up blocking a lot of people for that. Um, Unmatching, swipe left, unmatch, whatever. I missed that question. Would I date a military guy? I have dated some military guys. They are what people say they are. I'm sure not all military guys. You know what? In fact, no, not all military guys, because I dated one and it was a good situation. And I dated one and it was exactly what I thought it would be. Basically, I don't recommend dating the military guys. I'm gonna try to say your name, and I hope that you don't hate me if I say it wrong. Eromosele. No, I am not still exercising outside. In fact, I have a gym membership now. But I don't go that often. I have a gym membership, but I don't go that often. I try to make it at least twice a week, but sometimes it's only once a week. And sometimes this week I didn't go at all. Sue me. I just, I don't like working out at the gym. I wanted to have a fun, like, different kind of workout. And unfortunately, that one experience with the kickboxing gym kind of ruined that for me. So, meh. Yes, I know a couple of veterans. Like I said, well, actually, because even my mom, who is a veteran, even my mom concedes to the military dudes ain't ish rhetoric. Like, and she's military. Like, I don't know. I feel like a vast majority of them abroad in particular act crazy abroad. Like, I feel like a large amount of them go overseas and they'll be married, they pretend that they're not, or they'll be seeing multiple women, and who gonna catch me? Like, I don't know. They be acting crazy abroad. Yes, her whole families and girlfriends. Yes, I've seen it happen. Um, that's not exactly what happened to me, but see, you see? Okay, well, there we go. um, yeah, so I have not had a very overall positive dating experience. However, I am currently talking to someone. It's going well. We'll see. We'll see. And that's all I can say. Um, but yeah. Any more questions, loves? I'm enjoying this now that there's like more than one person here. This is great. It's a conversation. This is lovely. Did y'all know I have 1,300 subscribers? But y'all are the lovely five. Y'all are the important ones. Love y'all. Well, I am going to be on for 8 more minutes or so. How long will I stay in Korea? Ooh, I'm going to answer both of those questions. First, I did say earlier, but I plan to stay in Korea for this contract and one more contract. So a total of like about a year and 9 months. Um, how long does it take to retwist my locks by myself? A long time. Usually it takes me 3 days after work. So usually like I'll come home from work, I'll eat dinner, and then I'll just like watch TV and like retwist while I watch. But the other day I had fully prepped everything I needed for work, and so we only had 2 classes that day, and other than that it was basically my free time. So I started retwisting my hair at work, and then I continued after work, and I was able to finish doing it in one day. So how many hours? I can't really say. I don't know. Maybe like 12 hours. A lot. Took a long time. But that's the fastest I've ever retwisted my hair. It was probably not 12. It's probably closer to like 10. Yeah. Well, I don't retwist. I interlock, and I have about 350 locks. So it takes a long time. Oh my gosh, the love. Thank you. Thank you, guys. The next time I should put one of the thumbnails up with a reminder. Oh, I don't know if I know how to do that, but I shall try. I will try. Yeah. But thank you for joining. Yeah, that's a good idea. I should put up a reminder on the different, what do you call it? The places. I don't know why I'm having such trouble with my words today. Are there any places in Korea that I really want to visit? Platforms. Yes, that was the word. Not really. No, I don't. I feel like I visited everywhere that I really wanted to see. I've been to Gyeongju, I've been to Dongyang, I've been to Jeju-do, Busan, Daegu, Seoul, obviously. I live in Pyeongtaek. I've been to Yangpyeong, Daebaek, Daejeon. Basically, you name it, and it has anything to see, I have probably been there. So no, I can't say. Ooh, actually, there is one. There is one place in Korea that I would still like to visit. I want to see Nami Island. I've never been to Nami Island. Yeah. Did I just do a lesson? No, I didn't, but I did just like, I played a few chords. I can't play. I can't play the guitar, but I'm learning. I'm not gonna cancel my gym membership. I'm gonna go eventually. Ooh, I think, I mean, it's not really fair for me to say that Daegu stuck with me the most. I lived there for a whole year, so places I've just visited, I'm gonna say Busan. I like to go there in the summer. It wasn't really impactful on a cultural level so much as it was my first time going to the beach. I've never been to a real beach that you can swim at. in my life. I'm from Texas, and in Texas there is one beach that I've ever visited. It is Corpus Christi. As far as I know, it's not really a beach that people go in the water, but in any case, I visited there in February, so I couldn't have the beach experience. So my first ever beach was in Busan, Haeundae Beach, and I enjoyed it. Um, the place. See, you never saw snow, and I never saw the beach until I got to Korea. The place that stuck with me the most outside of Korea was Bali, Indonesia. And I highly recommend it to anyone who travels. See, I also don't count Corpus Christi as a beach, but it's the only one I had been to in my life. Um, it's possible that I've been to other beaches in my childhood, but if I don't remember it, it doesn't count. So, just like I had technically experienced snow before Korea because my family took me to Canada once, but I don't remember it, so it doesn't count. uh, does the person I'm dating know that I plan on? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hide that from someone. Um, yeah, we're not there yet. We're just dating, you know what I mean? Like we just started dating. We're not even like official yet. So there's no need for that information to affect any moves. um, but yes. Haeundae Beach is in Busan. That was my first beach in my life. um, Yeah, people go in the water. Yes, the water's cold. You go in anyway. um, yeah, people go in the water. The thing that's a cultural like difference, I guess, is that people don't wear swimsuits, or they don't just wear swimsuits. They wear like t-shirts and shorts and stuff over the swimsuit, and then they go in the water like that. And that for me was a bit of a culture shock because I'm like, y'all not gonna wear your swimsuit at the beach? Okay. Like I thought I get it in like older people, like I expected that. But like young people, bigger people, thin people, everybody, they all wearing clothes. And I just thought that was strange. But I'm gonna wear my swimsuit anyway. Like I'll be that foreigner. I don't care. I've never actually seen anyone camp on the beach. I have seen tents. Like people just go to the beach and chill in a tent and then they go home at night. I don't know if you legally can go camping on the beach here. And they gonna see all my cheeks when I go to the beach, okay? Um, I do not care. I I go to the beach so I can wear my swimsuit. And I don't care if I'm on my beach body vibes or if I'm on my post-pandemic vibes. I'm still show this body. You gonna see the cheeks. The cheeks are going to be out. But yeah. Um, I did take the train, and thankfully there were no zombies involved. But yeah, I think tents at the beach is actually a smart idea. They also do tents at the park. Basically, anywhere that people go to just chill and have a picnic or whatever, some people will pitch a tent there and chill in that. And I'm like, it's actually really smart, like, because if you're into tanning, then tan. But if you're not into tanning, or if it's just that hot, like if it's the middle of the day and the sun is shining directly on you and you're not into burning, like, then a tent. Tent is a great idea. I love it. I don't practice my Korean on a daily basis, to be honest. Yeah, not on purpose. However, my co-teacher only speaks to me in Korean. I mean, she can speak English, but she highly overestimates my Korean ability all the time. And she basically just like, it's only when I say, I don't know what that means. And then she'll actually, even half the time, she still doesn't say it in English. Then she'll just say it a different way, slower in Korean still. So I guess I do end up practicing daily, even though I don't try to. It's my co-teacher. She Koreans at me. So that's my practice. But it's more listening practice than it is speaking practice because she don't really expect me to respond to her in Korean. They're not. Koreans, you will not find a lot of Koreans who are trying to tan. And also, a lot of them have sensitive skin anyway, so it's like tanning's not an option. It's burning or not, you know? So there's that. You, Shoshana, do you have a YouTube channel? You should, because I like the way that you speak. You're sassy. I like it. You need a channel. It's a lot of fun. Wow. I don't know why not. You should. I mean, you don't have to, obviously. Yeah. This I'm just saying you could be very popular. You could be popping on the YouTubes because you have very fun way of speaking. Oh, but yeah, yeah. I mean, it is probably good for me that she speaks to me in Korean because it's definitely like helpful, but uh, sometimes it's very frustrating because she uses all the words very fast and she don't be thinking about whether or not I'll understand her or not. And I don't do that to her in English. I'm very conscious of like whether or not she can understand me and speaking slowly. And I'm just like, hmm. Right? Whether I want it or not. Oh, okay. All right. I have time for one more question. Does anyone have one more question? And then I gotta get out of here. No more? No more questions? All right. Well, if that's the case, then I guess I will bounce. Um, Thank you too. Thank you for being here. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I hope to do it again. Um, yeah, I thought that it was gonna be just me and my best friend in the chat, and yet, ooh, I got my one last question. What if a Korean guy asks me to marry him? You know, I don't know. Um, I don't I don't know. Yeah, that's my answer. I don't know. Am I in love? then we'll talk about me staying or them going with me. We'll talk if I'm in love, but I'm not there yet, so I have no idea. All right. Okay. 안녕. Oh, hey Josh. Bye, Josh. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. And oh, by the way, those of you who were talking or enjoying my little strumming earlier, that person, Josh Song in chat, that's my guitar teacher. So you can take lessons from him. Okay. All right, I'm going for real this time. Bye.